As I've learned more about foraging and wild edibles, I've learned that just because something can be edible doesn't mean you really want to eat it. And for me, pokeweed is that plant. Commonly called poke salad, you wouldn't want to use it in a salad, as it contains toxins that must be cooked in order to be rendered harmless. Native Americans have used this indigenous weed for a long time for many things, from treating epilepsy and anxiety to creating a narcotic tea to using it to treat certain types of cancer. Common names for this include bear's grape, pigeonberry, nightshade, crowberry, and cancer root. All parts of pokeweed are not created equal. Although the root is very toxic, the leaves are less so, and the black berries that form later as the plant grows taller are even less so. If you're planning on using pokeweed to make medicine, the best time to dig up the root is in the fall, when the plant dies back and all the medicinal properties have gone back into the root. It's also its most medicinal and less toxic at that time. Remember, if you're making a tincture with the root, that this is a medicine that less is definitely more. This is a medicine that is so powerful, it's taken by drops, not dropperfuls. So be very cautious when using. So now you know some of the medicinal properties, and you know it is toxic and you need to handle with care. So if you still decide that you'd like to try eating pokeweed, then please do so advisedly. Do your homework. You should harvest plants that are under a foot. You should make sure that you're using leaves and stems only, never the root. And when you cook them, they will need to be boiled 3 times, being sure to change the water each time before they are edible. Listen, if you grew up eating pokeweed, or if it's something your grandmother used to make, or if you're trying to get closer to your own heritage and would like to try it, that's fine. Just be incredibly careful. As for me, there are so many other natural greens that grow at this time of year, including things like dandelion leaves and nettle, that you have fewer problems with, that I prefer to stick with those. So if you've decided that you don't want to use this as a wild edible and you don't want to make medicine from it, then it's best to remove pokeweed when it's in its smaller size. These things can grow up to 11 feet, and once it gets berries, each berry can be responsible for thousands of seeds, and each seed can last up to 40 years. So if you don't act quickly, you could be dealing with this weed for a very long time.